You're watching. He's gonna be on Wrestling with Savage. Stop yelling so much. Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? I'm excited. You're watching this. This is Mr. Kennedy taking a chop from Savage. He just gave me a nice stiff one. Nice stiff one. Oh, solid. So I appreciate you, brother.
You're watching Wrestling with Savage, the best late night wrestling show in the world.
I say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Roger, you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, SmackDown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. Why?
Because they are the best tag team in the world. Tag team.
Be my honor to be a guest on your show.
Christmas Bully Ray. Good job, Savage. It's the best hat in pro wrestling. Get that fucking Raw man, yeah. Raw fuck.
It's MDK and Wrestle with Savage all fucking day.
Okay. What we got over here?
Well, what do we got over here? Have your cake and eat it too.
Look at Eddie.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Roger, you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, SmackDown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage.
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
Told you, man. Snitsky made a mistake going to the fans again, playing all these games with baby dolls out here.
But you can't count Snitsky out. He is a strong SOB.
Oh, no way. Unless he's physically dead, you can't count this man out. As long as he has a pulse. There it is.
He's firing up.
There he is. And that's what happens in wrestling when the crowd can bring you back into the match. They are feeding him energy.
The fans are brought. Oh!
That's what happens when you're a warrior. When you have that warrior attitude, the crowd can feed you power, and you can see the power flowing through his veins.
Head will ring the bell. And oh! Wow! Another club blow right to the back from Vargas on Snitsky.
Devastating positioning on where that spot landed. You could see he was targeting the middle back right there, just trying to continue working on that.
Just working him over.
Yeah. He wants him to have a bad day.
Yeah, he does. The Dominican Destroyer. No.
Dominican Destroyer, man, looked like he ate very well tonight. I'll tell you that much. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Wrestling with Savage. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw. We're going to get into a little bit of the Royal Rumble. But real quick, I got to introduce you to this man. Body's in this truck. And honestly, Tommy, I think he was escaped tonight very luckily. And I think the next time you see Phil and Tom, what do you got planned for Tommy the next time you see him? You got one over on you tonight.
Dreamer, all legends die. You're not even worthy of my Nicola. Dreamer, the trumpets will sound as I end your legacy and feel insane. Lucastro will usher in the end. Everybody, witness as the trumpets of the apocalypse sound the trumpets.
As you can see, just a lot of fucked up shit in Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania. I'm gonna get out of here before they put me in the fucking truck. Yeah, I got out of there. I wasn't trying to get killed. Let's bring in Gilch. Let's bring in Anthony. What's going on, guys? Welcome back.
Look at this guy with the mask.
Oh, wait, what did you do with Gilch? Is that Uncle Howdy again? Bo Dallas, can you just get your butt to Monday Night Raw? Because they needed you tonight. They needed you tonight. But before we get into Raw, that was a video from Evil Intent, which was an event that happened yesterday in Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania, Alpha Noah Jr.'s school training facility. Very nice building, very nice, comfortable building. Fits a lot of people, has a gym, has a sauna. They train professional wrestlers, and it's one of the best facilities I have ever seen on the East Coast. And I was lucky enough to be invited down there to actually do play-by-play on some of the matches. I ended up doing play-by-play on all of the matches. And now, Jay, we'll get you another link right now. I'll email you right now. Jay, we'll take care of you. Anthony, how was your experience yesterday at Evil Intent? I believe you took that photo of me. And by the way, that is the guy from the Young Rock that we were just hanging out with yesterday. So, you know.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was a really It's really cool that I got to be ringside for a show. Never thought that would happen.
Well, it did happen. And you didn't really sit ringside. It was more like standing ringside.
Yeah, standing ringside. That's what I meant.
By the way, Gilch, his ass was hanging out at the beginning of the show yesterday.
Oh, shut up!
And Alpha comes over to me. He's like, you think you can tell your boy? You think you can tell your boy to cover up that crack?
Why did you have to do this on stream?
Yes, come on, why not? It was great. It was funny. It's good stuff.
You could have said
it's a good lesson for me.
That's funny.
You know, Anthony, my ass has been hanging out for 30 years. Everywhere I've gone. Not a big deal. But yeah, here's some shots from yesterday. I had a really good time. That's me on the commentary table with my new commentary partner, Reggie Page. And we're calling the action over there. This kid right there, Phil Insane. Big shout out to him. That kid is going to be a star. Real quick, this was the card yesterday. It was, Snitsky versus Vargas. You had Vinnie Mac versus Lance Noah. Phil Insane main event thing against Tommy Dreamer. Andrew Anderson versus Philadelphia Playboy. V Marino versus Wild Boy Steve-O. Primetime Heat versus basically the newly crowned FBI. And then you had a fatal four-way that actually was really, really good. All the matches were great. This kid, DeMarcus Kane, was super impressive. And then Megan entered the battlefield yesterday. And Megan is actually signed with AEW, but she's also going to be wrestling at the battlefield. So again, here's some more screenshots from yesterday. These are all photos that Anthony took. This was the destruction and chaos that Phil Insane left behind. He had a match with Tommy Dreamer. Tommy was actually in pretty good shape yesterday, good ring shape. He was in San Antonio for the Rumble on Saturday, so he had to catch that flight, come on down over here so he can have this match with Phil Insane, which, why not just actually show you a little bit of the match? I mean, first let's watch this kid's entrance.
Phil Insane is in the house, and you better take a good look at this man, because this right here is the future of professional wrestling. You want to talk about the X Factor? You want to talk about the It Factor? Phil Insane has it all! Stop sign?
And Phil reversed it.
Wow.
Tommy got dropped.
Phil Insane's still in this.
Phil is
After going through that table, I don't even know how Phil Insane is still functioning, but he is. This is incredible action that you can only see at Battlefield Pro Wrestling.
Crow.
What's Crow doing in there with that kendo stick? Get out of there, Crow! Oh my God! He ends up tracking Phil Insane in the head. Tommy Dreamer now with the left hand. The right arm into the head. Has the kendo stick. And Phil Insane. Wow!
Cut. Oh, Phil Insane.
DDT on the stop sign, and this has to be over. And Tommy Dreamer, the hardcore legend, has come through and is victorious, and he has put Phil Insane down.
Tommy Dreamer just beat Phil Insane. I'm shocked.
This is a huge moment for Tommy Dreamer to show everybody that he is still...
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. I appreciate it, Jakey Bakey. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Jakey Bakey, Jake the Tribal Chief, Steven Chambers is in the house. Mick Thomason is in the house. What's going on, buddy? Jose, we sent you the link. I sent it to you on email and in the chat. Cop City Wrestling's in the house, man. I appreciate that, man. Chop City being over here. And, of course, Johannes live from Germany, man. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. I think I sounded okay. Anthony, what was your favorite match from last night? I'm assuming it was Phil Insane.
No, that's actually a tough one.
That's a tough one, right? There's a lot of good matches.
I don't say that a lot.
How about you, Coach? Did you end up watching anything else or just the last match?
I just watched the last match. I didn't get to the rest of the card yet.
No problem, man. Yeah, I thought I did okay on commentary, and I also thought Phil Insane did very good in his match against Tommy Dreamer. Obviously, taking the loss to Tommy Dreamer is not a... I don't think it's a big deal when it's your first year in the business. And if anything, I think that Tommy Dreamer has unleashed a side of Phil Insane that's going to cause a lot of pain and damage this year. And I think he's going to get some revenge on Tommy Dreamer one day. So Tommy better watch out. Alpha right there, calling out the challenge, laying down the challenge. Bull James, of course, having to be a piece of shit with a steel chair. Unbelievable. That was a good power driver. Good wrestling, though, and good wrestlers. You can see the training is paying off over there. Me and Reggie over there having a good time on commentary. This kid was a stud, too. That guy's like 6'4", Gilch. You got to look out for this guy. I don't remember the name because I believe he was on the dark match. But I am going to be getting familiar with the entire PW roster, and I'm going to be learning more about all of them as we keep going on into this mission. That's Sean over there. That's the lead announcer over there, and he was the lead commentary until he heard me on the mic. Basically, he gave me his chair. So that was fun. Enzio, I wish I would have got a chance to actually talk to him. I think he was in and out of there. He came in, did his match, and nobody even saw him leave. Overall, a lot of action, man. You can see the stop sign right there in the corner. That's the one that Tommy Dreamer used. Same stop sign that Bully Ray had against Matt Cardona. And I did ask Tommy if he would sign it, Tommy Dreamer, and then write Bully Ray's an asshole. And, of course, Tommy wouldn't do that, even though Bully is an asshole. But I guess they're close friends, man. But this was like a dream come true. Jay, did you get to hear any of the matches or hear any of the play-by-play?
Yeah, I heard some.
What'd you hear?
You know, so far so good for a first day, you know. Got to get more experience, got to, know some stuff. It's going to take time, but it was good.
What did you hear, though? Did you hear any specific match? That's what I'm asking.
I heard that Crowbar did the deadly stomps.
Crowbar? Who's Crowbar? Crowbar wasn't even there.
I don't know, some wrestler in a black tank top.
Phil Insane, you mean?
The Crowbar? No, not Phil Insane.
Phil Insane?
No, somebody else.
Well, before you came here, I played a couple of videos. Maybe I'll play them again later. But let's get to why we're here. We're here for Monday Night Raw. This was supposed to be the aftermath edition of Monday Night Raw for Royal Rumble, which is usually supposed to be one of the best Raws of the year. I think it's almost as good as the Raw after Mania usually. I didn't get that feeling from tonight. Tonight felt like any other week. Kind of forcing myself to kind of even get through it. It was coming to you live from Tulsa, Oklahoma City. Shout out to the Tulsa King, Sylvester Stallone. Good show if you guys haven't watched it. Real quick, let's talk about the Rumble, since I didn't hear nothing from Anthony or Gilch as far as the show goes on the Royal Rumble. So first we'll get into Alexa and Bianca. I guess I'll go to Gilch, since you have the mask on and you kind of were helping. You were supposed to help Bianca. What happened here, man?
Uncle Howdy's dead. It's too hot.
Too much.
What happened?
What happened here?
I don't know. It was, it almost felt like a squash to me. Like, there was, no impactful ending. There was no nothing. I mean, we didn't really expect anything out of this, I would say, because Alexa hasn't been wrestling that well as of late. For me, the match just completely missed. And to not give us, something with Bray, Fiend, Howdy, something a little more than we got. Maybe an in-match kind of twist where she gets crazy in-match and then reverts back. So for me, the match kind of fell flat and missed.
The match was absolutely awful. I agree with Jake, the Tribal Chief. This match should have had way more physicality. Alexa was talking all this trash, how she was going to rip her eyes out. I'm going to tear your flesh off your skin. I didn't see nothing. And how about you? Did that match do anything for you, or you don't even care?
Nah, I was waiting to see more of, the whole thing with Uncle Howdy and Bray Wyatt. I wanted to see what was going to happen with that.
Well, you didn't get that. What did you think of the Pitch Black match, Ant?
I thought it was all right. I honestly, more than what I was expecting, but
okay.
It was a good match.
A fair assessment. How about you, Gilch? What did it do for you?
Yeah. I give you a strong eh.
I love the way the match looked, though. Presentation-wise, for me, it gets a 10 for presentation alone. Just the way it looked. Bray looked cool. The red contacts looked cool. LA Knight looked like an absolute superstar glowing in the dark over there. My problem was with the finish.
Yeah.
I didn't like the fact that he lost like that. And then I didn't like all the bullshit at the end with everybody coming down from the Firefly Funhouse and, you know, standing over there and Bo Dallas with the elbow drop and the matching pyro. It just felt cheesy to me. It didn't feel like 2023. It felt like bad special effects combined with bad storytelling, combined with a Mountain Dew pitch black match. Which I actually am a fan of the pitch black match. I'd want to see more. I like the setup and I love the glow in the dark ropes. You know, all
Ray's
that.
face paint was sick.
He looked incredible. I know
Yeah, he
Jay
looked
was
good.
pretty hyped on how he looked, but I don't think we were either fans of that match.
Yeah.
All right, how about the main event? You guys happy with that? Were you expecting something else?
No, I mean, we got the expect. I think we finished. I think the ending was, the ending just, after the match, just made the whole thing, right? I mean, without getting too much into it, the pop for the Sammy chair shot was the kind of pop you'd get at a fucking WrestleMania main event. And it was, everyone in that fucking arena was on their feet. That was fun for me.
We're trying to drop the F-bombs from the show. So that was your one. Let's see if Anthony can do it. Jay, that was me and Jay the other night. That stream was a little much. We kind of lost control, Gilch, after the Rumble. Wasn't smooth. Let's just say that. Man. Okay, let's talk about the men's Royal Rumble. Actually, no, we're gonna get into that later tonight because we're gonna see them all anyway. So let's just keep moving. Gunther breaking records over here has the record now for the longest Rumble appearance, 1 hour, 11 minutes, which is pretty impressive. And he's definitely going to win a Rumble before his days are done. Rhea Ripley, obviously the winner of the Royal Rumble. We'll talk about that more later. There's just a screenshot from that glow in the dark gear. And obviously we all know Cody won the Rumble by now, right? ESPN definitely knows that Cody won the Rumble, and so does the rest of the world. And then, of course, the New York Post wants you to know that the bloodline splinters at the Royal Rumble, right? The number one story in wrestling, is it going to continue tonight? Are we going to see Roman Reigns? Are we going to see the Tribal Chief? I don't know. Why don't you hang on and find out? But we know we're going to see Cody Rhodes. He opens up Monday Night Raw live from Tulsa, talks about how he thought he was going to be champion within 2 years when he first got here, thought he was going to be the next John Cena. He's quickly interrupted by the Judgment Day. Dom says, you're going to hear from Rhea Ripley later. Dom says, I was supposed to win the Rumble. Cody, you put your hands on me and you ruined my moment at the Rumble. And you know what would have happened to you? You know what would have happened to you if you would have did that in prison? Huh? You would have got. Damian says, some suck up who gets what he wants, doesn't deserve it. Golden Boy just gets handed number 30. Isn't that funny? Dom says, Cody, you owe me, and you owe me now an apology. Cody has respect for Dom's dad. He says, but I have no respect for you, basically. Dom says, I don't have respect for anyone's dad, especially your dad, Cody. And then Cody starts talking some trash, says, the three of you, let's do this tonight. Yada, yada, yada. There's Cody with his suit. Edge comes out, does a bunch of bullshit, attacks the Judgment Day. Cody has to jump in. Jay, I'll go to you first. Come on. Cody Rhodes opens her up.
Yeah, so the thing about Cody Rhodes is he's so well spoken that he could just get over in any city, no matter how crappy it is. Especially in Tulsa, it was live. They were eating up every word. I believe this story. I believe when he was 19, he did want it to be the next John Cena. Shit, I wanted to be the next John Cena. I don't even wrestle. I love the background story. I didn't really feel the Judgment Day. We'll get into that later on why. I understand Dom. I thought he shined a little bit here. But I still wasn't feeling it, and I'll tell you why later on. But overall, anything Cody says, it's great. It works. He did a couple teas. He teased us about changing the belt. If you heard when he restored the IC to its glory, I have a feeling that was just a tease for the championship when he wins, whenever that is. So it was very, very great in what he was saying, because I think it just sets up in the next, 62 days of what's going to happen.
Yeah, we got something like that. How about you, Gilch? Cody Rhodes opener. Did you care?
I mean, it's all I was waiting for all day today. It was good. It was good. More of the same. Nothing mind blowing, but it was good. I enjoyed it. It is what it is. Like Jay had mentioned, a lot of predictability, which I normally am against, but I still think the right guy is here and the right guy won it.
Anthony, you got anything to add for Cody?
I love the segment. I just thought that when, Dom's good. Dom is getting better on the mic, but I don't know. It just kind of fell flat for me after that.
I thought this segment completely reeked of ass. I wasn't a fan of it at all. It smelled and felt like a pre-Triple H Cody Rhodes segment that Vince would have booked. And it felt very boring. And it didn't add to any of the immediate storyline telling for the actual story that we care about, which is Cody versus Roman. Cody should have been talking about Roman Reigns. Cody should have been talking about the Samoan bloodline. Cody should have been doing something to talk about his match at WrestleMania. Who cares about Cody versus the Judgment Day? I get they're trying to set up the match for the main event, but they could have easily. Cody just goes on and on and on about Roman and Roman and Roman and the bloodline and then Finn comes out and says, you out here, Cody, you're talking about Roman, you're talking about this, but Roman's not even here. You know who is? Me. That's how you set up that match. And then you still keep it interesting and talk about the WrestleMania storyline. How do you have the Royal Rumble event, Jay? And then
I disagree. I think they're slow burning it perfectly. I think this is great.
I don't know. Great. I don't like a slow burn.
Why?
You thought this was great.
Got like 2 months.
You thought tonight was great.
No, I said the segment. The segment.
You thought the segment was great.
I thought the way he spoke, the story he said, I believed it because it's true. And that's the thing about him and John Cena and others like them. When they speak from the heart, no matter what, guess what? You don't be hearing those what? You don't hear chants. And believe it or not, I can't even believe my own ears that I heard a Roman sucks chant tonight. I was shocked by it. This guy has the whole world in the palm of his hand. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
Well, you did hear it. And not only did you hear that, but you got to see a little video package, kind of like a little preview. They're going to tell you later tonight that the bloodline is imploded. They're going to announce later tonight you're going to see Dolph Ziggler versus Bronson Reed. You're going to see Johnny Gargano versus Baron Corbin. And these are all Elimination Chamber qualifying matches. But up next, you're going to get to see Seth Rollins versus Chad Gable. But first, we get to see Theory making his way into the arena. Later tonight, they let us know he's going to be a special guest on MVP's VIP Lounge. And of course, the main event is going to be Cody Rhodes versus Finn Balor, man. But let's get right into this match. You have Seth Rollins versus Chad Gable, and on paper and even on the TV, I thought we were about to get an absolute banger of a match. Gable with a German suplex into the bridge. We get a cover and a kick out by Rollins. Nice flying headbutt by Gable, covering a kick out. Gable staying aggressive the whole match, submission after submission attempt. Rollins is eventually able to counter with a pedigree and picks up the 1, 2, 3. It was a good match. I thought it should have went a little bit longer, but overall it was actually an entertaining matchup as Seth advances to the Elimination Chamber, which obviously I don't think anybody would have thought anything differently would have happened. Gilch, I'll go to you because you are a Seth Rollins guy. Did you like this matchup? And obviously, do you think Finn is gonna? Not Finn. Do you think Seth is gonna win this elimination match?
I do. I think. I still think this ends Cody taking the title, and then Cody and Seth working a big program back and forth for the world title. I wouldn't mind seeing the title even go back and forth among the guys. So I'm excited to see where all this heads. Seth opens his mouth. He doesn't even have to open his mouth. Seth walks down the ramp, and I mean, I'm locked in. So.
No, he has that ability. I told somebody earlier, they were asking me who's the most popular wrestler in the world, and I believe he's in this room right now. And if you want to join this stream, let me know. I will send you the link so you can come tell us why. And I believe that was Chop City Wrestling. And I told him, Seth Rollins is the most popular wrestler in the world. And he doesn't believe me. He thinks it's Sami Zayn. He thinks Sami Zayn is the most popular wrestler in the world. And I told him, no, it's not even close. And you know why? because we haven't had the same two guys come out at the same time in a long time. And I guarantee you, if Sami Zayn comes out, followed by a Seth Rollins, they're all going to be chanting for Rollins. They're all going to be singing the song. They're not going to have up the ones anymore. There isn't going to be "Let's go, Sammy. Sammy sucks." That's what it is. It's going to be more like that. I don't know. You guys think Sammy's more popular than Seth Rollins?
I mean,
overall, we're not talking about just trending. Like, obviously, Sammy's very trendable right now. He's trending. But overall,
I'm gonna say
who is the most popular superstar in the world between those two guys?
I'm gonna say Zayn right now. The storyline is probably one of the most popular things going on right now, besides Cody.
Well, in all fairness, though, obviously to me they're on two different brands. So what they do for their brands, they're both popular on their brands. I would like to see them in the same ring and them coming out in the same match.
I think everybody's out of their I'm not even going to say it. Everybody's out of their mind if they think that Sami Zayn's going to come out and then Seth isn't going to come out after him and steal all of his thunder and steal the whole arena. Because Seth Rollins can come out during any match with any two wrestlers in the world and shut that match down. Whether it's Brock or Roman, it could be Stone Cold versus John Cena. Seth Rollins is coming out at this point in his career and he's shutting down the crowd. I don't care what anybody says. I believe that with all my heart. I've seen it. He's the only one that even gets remote pops in arenas. Now we're talking about arenas that don't pop for anybody. Seth still gets those marks to pop.
But after what happened Saturday, yes, Sami Zayn is a huge became a huge baby face after that segment.
Doesn't mean anything.
It means he's
right now trending.
He's over. At least Sammy's over. At least he's not walking out to nothing or booze.
Yeah. The only reason Sammy's over is because they put him next to the bloodline.
Yeah, they needed to. He was nothing.
No, I wouldn't say he was nothing. They wouldn't put nothing in a match with Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania. Sammy's a very talented guy. He is one of the best wrestlers.
They added him because he just brought a good sense of humor, man.
No, they added him because he can play any character they give him, whether it's a homeless bum in the street.
It's been stated this was supposed to be like a one-off, and it was so great that they just kept using him, and here we are.
How about you, Gilch? What say you? Who's more popular worldwide right now?
Gotta be Zayn.
It's
overall.
It's not Sammy. Yeah.
So we're tied here anyway. It's 2-2. We got 2-2 in this.
But I mean, we're talking about I'm talking about a guy who's not popular. We're talking
about all time, man.
Yeah.
If you're talking to somebody and saying, all right, who's your all-time favorite, most popular wrestlers that you love? You know, Sammy's not coming up in those top three right now. It's not happening. Not majority. A lot of people would say it. A lot of people would say it, but a lot of people would say no.
Yeah.
It's this guy or it's that guy. I don't know. Jay, I've heard a lot of your list.
Sammy's
never even on it.
Think on the chat. Let us know what you think on the chat.
Sammy's never even in the chat. How about we take a chat? You guys, we have 8 people in the chat right now, right? So everybody make your answer in the chat. Who is the more overall popular wrestler in the WWE today? Is it Seth Rollins or is it Sami Zayn? And on that note, we got to keep it moving with Monday Night Raw. Candice LeRae versus Io Sky is about to take place. And let me tell you, folks, the Crickets, they're out in full force tonight for this riveting match we're about to talk about. Sky had a nice neck breaker on Candice. That actually looked really good, looked convincing. Sky goes for the moonsault, slams, basically gets slammed off the second turnbuckle. Candice does a sick German suplex off the second turnbuckle, destroying Sky. Hard cover and a kick out. Candice with the poison Rana. We got a cover and another kick out. But then it was a terrible finish. Bayley distracts, and Sky is able to just roll up Candice and get the 1, 2, 3. And that whole finish just looked real janky, is the word I'll use. It didn't look very crisp. I'll go to Jay first. What did you think of this match?
Oh man, this match was so bad for me. I think the part was really bad was there was some miscommunication between Sky and Lorraine when Sky hit that drop kick but missed completely, and Lorraine just stood over there and didn't know if she should just flip over for the cover, and then she finally realized, oh yeah, I should do that, and she did. I thought Lorraine looked so bad in this match. No pop when she came out. This is so horrible. These two had one hell of bangers in NXT, so I'm not going to blame the dance partner. I think they're both great together. I just don't know what fell apart. Big miscommunication in the match. Killed it for me, killed it for everybody. If I were WWE, I would need to turn Candice LeRae character heel right away. Right away.
That's a good point, Jay. That might be the only like saving grace for this because
yes.
I mean we know this is like a pack. Her and Johnny was probably a package deal. Who knows if Johnny comes back if they don't give her a job? But oh my lord, it's bad. There's like you said, there's no. I mean, kidding me? I don't want to use the word no pop. There's no noise.
And I'm not gonna take anything from LeRae because she one hell of a wrestler. I always liked LeRae. I always liked her in the indies, so I have nothing against LeRae. It's just I just don't know.
I agree. I don't have nothing against Candice LeRae as a wrestler, but as someone who's going to come out on Monday Night Raw and get some kind of emotional attachment to the fans, it's not happening. Not yet, at least. How about you, Anthony? What do you got on this?
I agree. I completely agree. The match didn't do anything for me. Getting sick and tired of seeing Candice LeRae lose.
Yeah, I agree with Steven over there. Did EO really need that win? Candice got buried again. Yeah, I guess you could say buried. Buried's kind of strong. I don't think she got buried.
I don't think she's buried, but
not buried, but
bad looking. That's all. But
definitely a bad matchup.
I don't think she's buried.
Yeah, I felt like the crowd fell asleep too, and not even falling. They were already asleep, man. They were
It's
asleep
the way they
before
booked this shit. To me, it's the way they booked this shit.
Lazy. It's lazy.
Yeah, lazy. Yeah, it is.
We get a shot of Rhea Ripley, who's going to be up next. She's going to come out and talk about everything that's been happening in her career as of late. They show a little Royal Rumble video package showing Ripley's victory. Years ago, she turned 24. She was NXT Women's Champion, and her career was just getting started. She stood in the ring and she challenged Charlotte Flair to a match at WrestleMania. And she can even admit that Flair put her in her place once. But the funny thing about Charlotte is that she's always in the title picture. She's always at the top of her game, and she hates to give her credit, but she only gets better every year. Charlotte Flair is at the top in the WWE. But me, Ripley, I'm a disruptor, and I don't like the natural flow of things. I don't like things being overplayed. So she gives some advice to Charlotte Flair saying, enjoy your rise as the queen. And enjoy that everyone's bowing down to you because soon they're going to rise to Rhea Ripley. And at WrestleMania, I will put Flair in her place. And just to make the message totally clear, she says that she chooses Charlotte Flair. This was the shots from the Rumble with the final three women. You have Asuka, Liv Morgan. I kind of liked the end spot, actually. It was innovative, and it looked good. They did it right. And it looked like, Rhea Ripley really earned that Royal Rumble victory. Obviously from number one spot, she won the whole thing. And we all kind of knew she was going to win. I don't think anybody didn't know she was going to win. But are we okay with her challenging Flair? Because I know a lot of you were talking about how you wanted her to fight Bianca. And we didn't get that. So I'll go to Jay first. Thoughts on Rhea Ripley's Rumble victory? And then what she said tonight, who she picked.
Predictability for your first question, and your second question, I'm going to say I was shocked, I was speechless. It threw me off. I personally don't like it. We already saw they had a match about 3 years ago. It was great, probably one of the great WrestleMania matches, especially in the pandemic. I'm not a fan of this, but I kind of see why they're doing it. If you look at it from another perspective, I mean, it would be nice for Ripley to get the win and to have her on SmackDown and remove Flair from it. Because I think Ripley could build a lot of stars in the women's roster. I think she can make Liv Morgan look like an actual star. Give you that example. So I don't like the move. I really hate it. I really wanted Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. But It was a great segment, man. Kudos to her. I loved it.
Gilch, what you got on Rhea Ripley's Royal Rumble victory and the challenge tonight? Are you happy with it?
Predictability with the winner, but it doesn't mean it was the wrong win. She was definitely the right pick. We all kind of called it, right? I think all of us were 100% on Rhea.
Yeah.
And I would have liked to see her fight Belair instead, but I mean, we're really splitting hairs here. I mean, Charlotte, we know how great Charlotte is. I think it's going to be a great match no matter who she fights. I do think with Belair, we could have had some better like power spots throughout the match, like reversals into like lifting power bomb, like stuff because it's their style. I'm not saying that Charlotte's not strong; it's just not really her style. So I think the style would have clashed a little better with Bianca.
I feel like Belair and Ripley will actually have more of a wrestling match compared to Belair and Bliss, with Belair doing power spots all over a tiny Bliss. You know what I mean? That's why I was kind of preferring that route over Flair and Ripley, and we already saw that. So it's like, now, that's just me.
How about you, Ant?
I love the segment. I love how they chose her. I knew she was going to win. I just can't wait for her to take the title off of Flair.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what we're going to see. I'm happy with the choice. I think of the better matchup as far as more action probably would have been Ripley and Bianca, just because Bianca's really young and she can really go fast right now. And apparently she's at the top of her game too. She's a champion as well. It would have been a much more athletic matchup. Plus, we've already seen the Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair kind of saga. But at the end of the day, we've never seen this side of Rhea Ripley main event of WrestleMania. This is a much different Rhea Ripley than the last time she fought Charlotte Flair at Mania when she was the NXT champion. So I'm actually excited to see how she's going to approach this match. Are they going to have a fair match? Are they going to play mind games with Charlotte Flair? Because we have a long time till WrestleMania. So you have to imagine the whole Judgment Day is going to probably do their best to make Charlotte Flair's life miserable. And that's what's going to play the factor in this one. That, Charlotte doesn't have a gang. Rhea Ripley does. And Dom is going to be the reason why she wins that title. I promise you, Dom will have a moment at WrestleMania, and it probably won't even be a match of his own. His moment will be helping Rhea Ripley make sure she gets that title. Unless they're going to do Dom versus Rey Mysterio, which...
And when that happens, it's the perfect move, because now you're moving two superstars to SmackDown. So
yeah, and you get a lot of heat on Dom. You get a lot of heat on Dom.
And I do see Dom leaving Raw right after WrestleMania.
WWE fans tend to get very furious when someone interferes in a championship match at WrestleMania. It's one thing to do it on Raw and some Joe Schmo pay-per-view, but when you interfere in a championship match at Mania, you're asking for heat the rest of the year. So that's exactly probably what's going to happen with Dom. But yeah, Rhea Ripley is headed to WrestleMania. It's going to be Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, and I'm excited to see it. Seth Rollins, I'm always excited to see. He has a promo. They're asking him about, Logan Paul eliminating him at the Royal Rumble. He just laughs. So obviously we know where this is going, okay? Does everybody agree that we're going to see Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania?
Yep.
Yes.
Are they going to steal the show?
No.
Wow. I think they are, Jack.
I think other people will steal the show.
I don't know. From what I saw at Crown Jewel,
I got Sami Zayn in WrestleMania.
I didn't think Logan was capable of working that kind of match with Roman. Like, it was like a 25, 30-minute match with a lot of spots, a lot of different moments. So I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna be a show stealer, but I think it's gonna be a really good match. Like, that's gonna be a wanna watch match.
No, that's usually what a show stealer does.
The thing that killed it for me, guys, the Seth Rollins match when he won, which was a good match. What killed it for me was just the image of him going inside the Elimination Chamber for the United States Champion. To me, it was a turnoff. I turned off by that.
Okay. You know what was a turnoff for me? Watching a waste of talent take on someone who should not have their talent wasted.
Which one?
Johnny Gargano's the waste of talent, and Corbin is someone that needs to start being utilized. He's a waste of talent on Raw. On Raw, the way they booked this, they have Dexter coming out with his little sidekick. He comes out with a hatchet. Corbin kicks the hell out of Johnny Gargano. Johnny with the speed ends up avoiding Corbin many times, sending him to the outside. Now running drop kick and a springboard attempt by Gargano, countered by Corbin with a right hand. Now on the outside, Corbin with a choke slam on the barricade. That was a nice spot. Looks stiff. Corbin with a slingshot spear takes Corbin down. Corbin now chucks Johnny into the corner. Goes for the splash. Johnny avoids. We get a super kick, another super kick, covering a kick out. Corbin with a deep six, covering the kick out. Johnny with a tope suicide, taking Corbin out. JBL ripping apart the announce table. And then Dexter has to pull out the axe. Scares JBL. Corbin going for the end of days. And Johnny countered into a roll-up and gets the 1, 2, 3. And probably the biggest win of his career in Raw. Johnny just pinned the guy who was the last guy to pin Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
What do we think about this match? Does anybody have anything on this?
Predictable.
Predictable? I didn't think it was predictable. I thought Corbin was going to that Elimination Chamber. I was wrong.
No, I knew Gargano was going. The minute I saw that announcement, I was like, yeah, Gargano's going.
Okay. How about you, Jay?
I love this match. I mean, I don't know what you guys were watching tonight.
By the way, they could have put a picture of Moxley, and then Anthony would have said Moxley's going to.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Great match. This was a really great match. The only problem is, since it's been so lazy booking with Johnny Gargano, nobody gives a damn about it. That's the bad part.
Bring back the Lone Wolf gimmick. I agree with that, Steven Chambers. I love him as the Lone Wolf. How about you, Gil? Gilch,
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know what happened. That was weird.
Yeah, we get hacked by Uncle Duty.
Duty's here.
Got anything, Gilch, on this match?
Oh, I heard you. I cut out, so I didn't even hear you go to me. You're talking to Johnny Gargano?
Yeah.
Predictability is the one word that just flies to mind.
So you also thought Johnny was going to win this?
I did. Yeah.
I didn't get that feeling. For some reason, they've been pushing Baron, and he just took a nasty loss yesterday at the Rumble. Got eliminated like immediately. So I was like, oh, maybe tonight's going to be some redemption and they'll go to the Elimination Chamber. Obviously, that I was very wrong about that. So Corbin will get redemption, but it probably won't be until like SummerSlam or something. Maybe he's going to have to just take a lot of L's probably for now. Unfortunately, I didn't like the match at all. I didn't like the match because when you do a match like this and you have Johnny just basically avoid this guy's finisher, which has been a very well-protected finisher. So I'd rather them do that than him kick out at the end of days. But at the end of the day, Johnny Gargano is headed to the Elimination Chamber, so I guess I just got to shut up and tolerate it. So far it's Theory, Seth, and Johnny Gargano. Not a bad match so far. Might be a good match. I want to see what the other three are going to be. Let's get into this segment with MVP, the special guest, Austin Theory. MVP tells him to make himself comfortable. Theory's very impressed with the VIP lounge. He talks about watching the VIP lounge when he was a little kid, long time ago, and he's here to help MVP reinvent it and make it relevant. He thinks about this. The VIP lounge presents Austin Theory Live. Or better yet, just call it Austin Theory Live. Man. Basically, MVP goes on to talk a little shit. And bottom line is this. Bobby Lashley comes out, cause some chaos. I don't even know. I don't even know where this segment's going. Does anybody have anything on this? Jay, how about you? What did you think of this segment? Where is it going?
I don't know, man, but I did like this because I felt like it was another tease to us. So what he said was so perfectly tonight. I don't think.
What did he tease?
He said, "I am the ruthlessness that the new generation needs, and no one amount of aggressionist can stop me." When I heard that, I thought of John Cena. I thought of John Cena, and I was like, "Wow, is this a tease about him and John Cena?" I was only thinking that. I thought it was a perfect fucking line. Excuse my F word, but I thought it was so perfect. It was so great. I thought this segment was great. I thought he was great as a heel. It worked.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I just don't know where it's going.
No, you might be right. So he's probably going to lose an Elimination Chamber and then end up having the match with Cena at Mania.
Such a great line what he said tonight.
So then who's fighting? Who's the U.S. champion? Oh, God, no.
Ashley.
No.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, so if Seth Rollins wins the United States Championship, does that mean Logan Paul's your new United States champion at WrestleMania?
Unfortunately, I think Seth is going to lose in the Elimination Chamber.
Who's coming out the Elimination Chamber then?
What do you mean, as a surprise?
As the winner.
Like the winner? I don't have a winner yet. But I think the right people are in it because Johnny Gargano do need to be in the main event spot so people can actually recognize him and cheer.
If Theory's fighting Cena, I don't think he's winning at the Elimination Chamber, but that's just me. What do you got on that, Gilch?
What you just said sounds crazy, but I think the way to continue with the rocket ship on this kid's back is to actually make him beat Cena at SummerSlam.
At SummerSlam?
Oh, you want it SummerSlam?
Okay. He wants it at SummerSlam.
Hollywood. It's Hollywood. Cena's Hollywood. He makes.
Did I say SummerSlam?
It makes sense.
Yeah, you said SummerSlam. You said Mania?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay. Basically, Theory, though, just so you know, Theory ended up looking good tonight because Bobby Lashley came in to spear him, but he ended up spearing MVP. Theory gets away scot-free, so he does end up looking good as the night goes on. I would have rather saw him fight in a match. But we got a little segment between, I believe it was an interview with the Judgment Day and Byron Saxton. Finn Balor tells Byron to tell Edge that he's not hard to find and that he works on Mondays. And as for Cody Rhodes, he's been stealing from him for years. So tonight, he's getting trounced, and Balor is coming to collect. Just a little quick interview. Now we get another segment that made absolutely no sense, and I would have rather seen this guy in the Royal Rumble last night. Miz comes out. He's complaining about being disrespected at Raw 30, getting teamed up and eliminated at his first at the Royal Rumble. They start saying first man out. They were chanting at him. The crowd was really ripping him up, as always. He goes, hands goes up, mouth goes shut, whole gimmick going down. He's also upset that he didn't get an Elimination Chamber qualifier and says that he won't leave the ring until he gets the opportunity he deserves. Then we get Adam Pearce. He says that, lucky for Miz, he's got a guy who's been beating his door down all night for an opportunity just like that. The newest member of the Raw roster, Rick Boogs. Rick Boogs is here, and he's going to have a match against The Miz. Back in the ring right away, we get a back suplex facebuster into the turnbuckle. He's fired up. Air drums, left-handed from the A-lister. Rick Boogs then basically just, does this gorilla press slam, and it's over. And he wins his return match on Monday Night Raw. Jay, what did you think about Rick Boogs? Should he have been in the Rumble last night, or were you happy to see him back like this? I'm happy he's back. I love Boogs.
Oh, hell no. I'm not happy about this, but I do call this lazy booking. And we did, which we'll get into later, probably saw one of the worst lazy bookings of 2023. But this was just bad for me. I heard crickets. You said crickets earlier that you heard tonight. I heard crickets for Rick Boogs. I don't know if this was a test for strength. I
didn't hear crickets for Boogs. When did I say I heard crickets for Boogs?
Listen, when he was doing this, I really thought he was going to break his quad again, because it looked like he was struggling. So I don't know what this was, a test of strength. I wasn't feeling this whatsoever. And what has this guy done for wrestling? He hasn't done nothing. The only thing he got popular off is his YouTube channel, which is basically weight training and comedy.
Well, he had good work in NXT, and he had a good run with Shinsuke Nakamura. They were doing some funny content here and there. He had an unfortunate injury at WrestleMania, which kind of happened during his moment. So he didn't really have a chance to have his WrestleMania. His WrestleMania moment was getting carried out on a stretcher.
I think he should do less of his strength and just, you don't have to do all this shebang. I get it. You're strong.
How about you, Gilch? Rick Boogs, should we have seen him in the Rumble? And what did you think of the match?
Crickets.
I mean, assuming that he was here tonight, he's cleared. He was definitely cleared 2 days ago. So for a Rumble where we didn't have many surprises, why not drop Boog in? He would have got a cheap pop a little bit. I mean, I don't see why not.
Mick wants to know why Jay hates Rick Boogs so much. How about you, Anthony?
What is he
done? You hate Rick Boogs?
What has he done?
No, I'm a Rick Boogs fan, but I just don't know what. I don't know what the hell the point of this segment was, because It went from Miz complaining about him not winning anything to him just getting a match while he's in his suit. $10,000 suit. Please.
So dumb, that line too. That was so dumb by Pierce. Who wrote that?
Yeah, I would have rather had Rick Boogs
Writers.
in the Rumble than Booker T as well. I can agree with that. I can definitely hop on board with that. But we didn't get that. I thought he would have. I thought that would have been a good way to test his star power. You know, bring him out during the Rumble, see what kind of pop he gets, because we haven't seen him since Mania. But they didn't want to go that route. Now we're going to keep it moving. There's another more bloodline. They're trying to, just show you what happened at the Rumble. Obviously, Sammy with a chair shot heard around the world. And then what does that get Sami Zayn? Gets him that. Gets him laid the hell out. KO's laid the hell out. Did you guys see that video today with KO wearing a shirt? We're saying Sammy Forever. There's a new shirt now saying Sammy Forever.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that.
There's new merch on WWE for Sammy Forever. And that's another thing. If this storyline's so big and bad, why the hell don't we get anything on Raw? No Roman, no Usos, no KO, no Sammy, no Solo.
It's Cody's show. It's all about Cody. Cody last night. Cody tonight.
Yeah, but I mean, you could have also put.
It's a 3-hour show, Jay.
You can't put Cody and Roman together.
It's a 3-hour show.
One.
So you're telling me
Cody.
We didn't have time for a steel cage match last week, but we don't have time this week for the Bloodline. Even though last week the Bloodline got like a 1-hour commercial free, 1 hour 60 minutes.
And I want to talk about that. I think the main event should have been commercial free. Excuse me.
I
agree. If you're gonna promote Cody up the ass, I think he needs to have a commercial free match.
I think the main event in general needs to be commercial free. We get a little promo from Alpha Academy. They're walking backstage. They're walking past Maximum Male Models. They call Otis disgusting and grotesque. But Maxime Dupree says he's perfect. Then we go to break. So I don't know what this is. I don't even want to know. I don't care. It's going to be bad. It's not going to be funny. I don't think it is. I'm over the whole Maximum Male Models. That stopped being funny the moment LA Knight left.
Yeah, I'm done with that shit.
Now we got Bayley, another winner on the screen. Bayley coming out. She says everybody is talking about how Damage Control took Becky Lynch out and made history, and they were dominating the Royal Rumble, elimination after elimination after elimination. But she has to say her personal favorite was single-handedly eliminating Becky Lynch. Now, thank goodness she's finally done with Becky, and the story is over and done with. Is it? Because as soon as she says that, out comes the man, Becky Lynch. Becky calls Bayley a stupid fool, tells her to shut up, that they're not done until she says they're done. She's already won the Royal Rumble. She didn't need to win it again. She just needed to make sure that none of Damage Control won. Bayley accuses her of making excuses, but Lynch points out all the excuses the role model has employed to avoid having to prove that she's better. Bayley claims that she's just smart and Lynch should read a book or something. Bayley tells her she's not good enough, not even good enough for her husband, Seth Rollins, who only married her because he knocked her up. Becky says this started 10 years ago in Orlando, and next week in Raw, this is going to end. And apparently next week we are going to get that steel cage match that we were robbed out of. She had to basically convince Bayley by threatening Dakota over there. This match should have already happened. So if you're going to do this again next week, please give us a 25-minute cage match, please. Jay, what'd you think of this tonight?
I don't like it, but I'm going to just say one thing about this. I think they did the wrong decision here. I don't think they should have had a match next week. I think they should have done it in the Elimination Chamber. It makes more sense, more build. I don't know why they're doing this. Maybe they're trying to plug Orlando, Florida, and all that, but I think it was the wrong move, Savage.
Okay. How about you, Gelt? You got anything on this?
I echo every word Jay just said. It's
How about you, Ant?
I don't have any hype for this match, and even if they put it on a pay-per-view, I wouldn't have any hype for it.
This was a hard Raw to get through, man.
This
Yeah.
should have
Oh man,
should have been on that should have been on last week.
Guys, make sure if you didn't watch Raw, don't do it. Just watch this show. You know what happened in under an hour. Becky versus Bayley cage match made official. He confirms that the steel cage match, this is an interview Adam Pearce is having now. He confirms that the cage match between Becky and Bayley is official for next week. And there's also going to be a number one contenders match for Bianca Belair's Raw Women's Championship at Elimination Chamber. In the chamber, the first 4 entrants, and this doesn't make sense to me. There's 30 women in the Royal Rumble, right? So how do you automatically make these 4? How are these 4 your number 1 contenders? Raquel, Asuka, Liv Morgan, and Nikki Cross. Is it because they were like the last ones in the Rumble? Doesn't make any sense. The other 2 will be set by qualifying matches, with the first being a fatal 4-way on next week's show, featuring Candice LeRae, Mia Yim, Piper Niven, and the returning Carmella. And then, here's the pictures of those matches. So this is the Elimination Chamber match so far. And then next week, one of those women is going to qualify. Does anybody have a pick between those 4? I think Carmella's winning this one, right? Kind of obvious.
I kind of don't care.
Oh, all right. Jay, you got a pick?
No, I don't.
It should be Piper Niven, but it's probably going to be Carmella. Gilch, what do you think?
Give me Carmella to keep that lineup looking good.
I like it. Okay. And here's another person making their debut on Monday Night Raw. Chelsea Green rolls up to complain about the unacceptable accommodation she's been given. She's not just any superstar. She's Chelsea Green. Where is her private dressing room and her Swiss chocolate? Adam leads her off screen to go find that chocolate. Does anybody care about Piper Niven?
No.
I do. I like Piper. I hope she wins that match. Does anybody care about Chelsea Green?
No, the way that they're making her look. The way
Jay?
that they're making her look.
This is what I've been saying earlier. Lazy booking. They book a star returning. Instead of having her last night, you bring her into this horrible segment with horrible picks of why they're even getting a chance at Bianca Belair. It makes no sense. This makes no sense. I love her character. Her character works perfectly here, but no sense in having her here. No sense introducing. This is lazy booking right here. I hate how they introduced her.
Get over it, Jay, says Mick. Get over it.
Never.
Gilch, you got anything on Chelsea Green?
This was late.
I mean, I'm a big Chelsea Green and Matt fan, so happy she's there. I just don't like the whole, the article that I linked earlier, how WWE is setting her up. They want her character to be a Karen. And I just want to see her fucking wrestle because she's done some good work. She's done good work on the Indies. She's done good work on Impact. She did some really good work with her friend Deanna. They took some crazy bumps in some ladder matches. So I don't know. I don't like the way the booking started, and I just see it continue.
I like Chelsea Green too, but in the WWE setting, I don't think it works for her. They're not gonna do what needs to be done to make her
on SmackDown. I think she belongs to SmackDown. They really need women like a big star in the women's roster. I think she would have fit perfectly.
Yeah, but they have to make her first. They have to make her that star.
That's why they're doing this. Hey, I'm this whatever. Get me.
Yeah, but I mean the way that they did her in the Rumble, and then the way they made her look tonight, it's like they're making her look like a loser.
Lazy booking.
You know what? Maybe she is a loser. How about that? Let's just deal with it.
I don't think she's a loser. I don't.
She's a loser. Raw told me that she was a loser tonight, and they definitely told me she was a loser at the Rumble. So if I don't know who Chelsea Green is, and let me make this clear right now: if you're out there and you don't know who Chelsea Green is, and your first experience was watching her be the quickest person to ever be eliminated from the Royal Rumble, then today you're waking up and you're thinking that she's a loser. But I'll leave that.
If you didn't know who she was and you didn't know any of the WWE work she had, you probably didn't know, and you were just like a younger WWE fan. You have no idea who she is, and they just took all the work that she's put in the Indies and Impact over the last couple of years.
It's disrespectful.
And it's thrown out the window because you make her come out and she's a meme.
But at the end of the day, I always say this: it's still her fault because she took the paycheck. She didn't have to sign the dotted line. They told her what they were going to do. She was more than happy to cash that check to do it. And that's the reality. So we can all cry about it, but your girl, Chelsea Green, accepted a payday to look like a clown at the Rumble and a clown going forward.
I mean, what do you think she's making?
You look like a star tonight to my eyes.
She does
Everything
look.
she was saying
not
was
lying.
perfect. It was just the booking was just bad. Period.
Pick over here.
If you don't know her Impact fucking story there, oh my gosh, she was so amazing.
I mean,
she was good in Impact.
She's an amazing star.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
bad looking.
But
Yeah, I mean-
historically, how successful are Impact stars that come over to WWE? There's only a handful that have done well, and AJ is probably the only one.
She's a former champion. I loved her insane makeup, crazy look, and Impact. I thought that got her over so well in the Indies. She was at I don't know, was that All Out pay-per-view? I guess it was a 4-way where her and Britt Baker and 2 other females. So
Now,
done it all.
does she have the same?
Great.
Does
She's
she
a
have
great
the
star.
same fame if she's not married to Matt Cardona?
Yeah.
Bro, he was a big star before Cardona, bro.
I was just gonna say,
Like,
they just got married this
he's a
year, and
big star.
I bet you half those people at the Royal Rumble, I was half. That's like abusing WWE fans, but I said like a third of people at the Rumble probably didn't even know she's married to Matt Cardona.
But see, that's my problem with this whole storyline. And I agree with Chop City. If they're treating Chelsea like this now, and then Matt comes back, what's to say he doesn't get treated, the exact same, if not worse?
I don't think he's coming back.
You know what, man? They hang a contract over your head for $1.5 million, and it's like, you know what? I'll come. I'll be a cross-dressing lunatic if you want to go.
At the end of the day,
$800,000 a year.
anybody that comes back and signs a contract, unless they create the creative bargaining agreement early on to say, I'm going to have control over this, that, and the other, they sign to do whatever they're told. And
I
that's,
didn't get that, Mick. I didn't know what you were saying there. What?
I don't know. Money does talk. Money does
Yep,
talk, and
there it
bullshit
is.
walks.
That's what it is. It's all about that.
Let's get on to Mustafa Ali, who has by far, without a shadow of a doubt, in my mind, become the most annoying man in the WWE today. Completely unnecessary promos, vignettes, leading to what? A grudge match with a loser? You're going to fight him, and then what? You think your career is going to skyrocket after you beat up Dolph Ziggler? No, it's not. You're going after guys that are used to do nothing in WWE except fill voids and have matches. That's it. Dolph Ziggler apparently does have another opportunity. He's taking on Bronson Reed. But when I saw this match, I already knew where it was going, and I knew what it was going to be. It was going to be an absolute squash match for Bronson Reed. Ziggler was trying to keep his distance, trying to stay in the corner, trying to get away, drop kicks, stinger splash, but Reed just runs him over. We get a reverse chin lock to grind Dolph down. Ziggler struggles to his feet, hits a stunner to counter, but Bronson is right back on him with a chin lock. Dolph back to his feet. We get a jawbreaker this time, back elbow on the charge, a boot, and then another sidestep. Then, he's charging in. We get a big DDT that connects, and no, it doesn't connect. Instead, we get a zigzag, and it's still not enough. He's pressing the attack. He's trying his best. Famously gets countered into the power bomb. Reed up top, and then wins by pinfall with a 747 splash, or as Graves says, the Typhoon splash. And Bronson again looks great. Comes out. Look at him. He looks scary as hell. Look how big he is. Look at that body comparison right there. This match is exactly what I knew it was going to be. It was going to be a squash match. Ziggler lost. Reed is now also in the Elimination Chamber. So now we know 4. We got Theory, Seth, Gargano, Bronson. Not a bad lineup for a match so far. But do you really see Bronson Reed winning the Elimination Chamber? No way. I don't think so. How about anybody else? Jay?
I could see it.
Okay.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? He beat Okada in Japan, did he not? Why not?
Why not? I like it. Why not? Well, maybe he won't even be able to fit out of his Elimination Chamber pod. Maybe that's why not. Let's see. How about you, Ant?
I don't see him winning. I mean, Jay, like, yeah, he beat Okada in Japan, but you're not thinking. You really think that WWE is going to let this guy win the title? No.
Maybe one day.
I don't know.
I don't think he's winning the Elimination Chamber match. I think he'll do good in it. I think he might steal the show in it, have great moves, look fantastic. But at the end of the day, Theory, Seth Rollins, and we don't even know the other 2 yet, right? Do we want to guess the other 2? Is Bobby trying to get in this match? Do we see Bobby Lashley being 5, 6?
The
Who are going to be
storyline
the last two in this match? Because we don't know at all right now, right?
It's confusing. It makes no sense at times. Like I thought Lashley was with Lesnar. Now he's back in the US.
When is Elimination Chamber? End of the month? Middle of the month?
The end, right?
I have no idea.
I thought it was like more towards
probably
the middle
February
of the month.
21st or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably 1 week before the end of the month. They said who it would be. Who was the last two? Chop City. I wasn't paying attention, obviously. Who's the last two? I didn't see they say anything. I'd love to know.
So wait, are they doing 3 elimination chambers?
Oh, third week in February. Yeah. Third week, like I said, 21st. Third week in February.
Like 3 of those matches? Because how are we going to determine for the second title?
What second? You're not splitting the title. Will you stop your bullshit already?
Everybody's saying that.
Who cares? And everybody says that Santa Claus comes down your chimney. Have you ever seen him come down your chimney?
Wait a minute. You're saying you don't think they're going to split the WWE titles? What you saying, George?
Not at Mania, no.
They absolutely are.
Not yet. I don't. Why would you?
Roman's not losing. He's not being pinned and then coming back on the show and saying, oh, hey, well, I'm still a champion. No. He's going down and he's going down and he's going to go away, take a break. The bloodline's going to be done and done.
Yeah, but
in a matter of 2 nights,
you're
Saturday
telling
and
me at the
Sunday. And
Elimination Chamber, Roman is losing one of the titles. That's what you're telling me?
No, he's not losing.
Okay, so how are they doing this title split then?
It's going to be set up for 2 matches at WrestleMania. A Saturday night match and a Sunday night match.
It doesn't work that way. Cody won the Rumble. The only person he can challenge is Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
for the
Cody's
undisputed, the titles are unified now. Undisputed Universal Champion.
He did say that today.
Pay attention when Cody
They're going to split it. That's fine.
They might.
He didn't split it. He said the whole name.
He wants Roman Reigns. It's going to be one night, one match. This
is all like a nice dream world scenario that you guys are talking about. But you know where I go back to? I go back to what I've been hearing like the whole time, and that's how, the networks aren't really happy. I mean, and Raw's been sitting there without a belt for how long now? And they're fucking pissed, dude.
So?
All right, real quick, let's go back to this. So here's your other 4 people. Who of these 2 people are going in that elimination chamber, all right? So we have Austin Theory, Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, Johnny Gargano versus... I'm going to say, if I have to pick, I'm picking Ford and Damian Priest.
I'm looking at Chop City Wrestling, what he wrote here. I love Dawkins. I think that's going to be one for me. And then
Dawkins is going to beat Priest?
Yes, I think Dawkins is very impressive. He has thrown bangers in the last 2 months. He has shown us he's probably, in my books, the most improved superstar of 2022. Yes, I would put Dawkins over Priest because Priest, we all know he can kick ass. He's already over as it is. And for the Ford Elias, you got to put Ford. I'm sorry with Elias, but I don't see it.
In my opinion, I think the match would be way more interesting with Priest and Dawkins in it, especially with Ford in there and Theory and Rollins and Gargano. That sounds like a match. And then you got Bronson Reed just booming in the background. And then Damian has no help in there. He's actually on his own.
Why not tease us with Ford and Dawkins in the elimination chamber?
He might be right, though. No, he might be right. There's a lot of factors to set up the Judgment Day all having failure over the next couple of weeks with Edge and the Glamazon in town. So that's a possibility. But yeah, Bronson Reed just killed Dolph Ziggler. All right. If you missed it, you didn't really miss much. We got a little interview with Carmella. Says that she's going to win the spot in the Elimination Chamber and then win the match. Asuka then rolls up and basically freaks her out, has the blue foam or whatever, the blue blood from her mouth dripping down. Tells her, Mella says she's not scared of Asuka, but then runs away after, this happens. Does anybody even want to touch on that?
Another lazy booking we've seen here. Another return superstar book in a lazy booking.
Then we get an interview with Rick Boogs. We get a recap of Rick Boogs' injury last year and his return tonight. Backstage, Boogs is laughing with the Street Profits. Byron Saxton's over there asking a bunch of questions about his comeback, his return. Says it feels like it's climbing a mountain in a loincloth, and he wants to scream at the top of his lungs. And then he does. Being back in front of the WWE Universe is electric, like riding the lightning, and he's back now. We see Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins put him over, but Elias is also there, and he kind of tries to shit on Boogs, saying that he's not as, He's not as good as Elias, basically. He has potential, though. And then we find out, about all the matches next week. That Damian Priest has to take on Dawkins. Ford has to take on Elias. Whatever. Did anybody notice this? I noticed this graphic tonight on my TV screen saying Bianca Belair up next. Am I losing my mind? Did we see Bianca Belair tonight?
Where the hell
But
was
they
she?
let us know that she was up next. Reminder, Rhea Ripley taking on Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania.
I can't believe that.
Now we're here for the main event. Cody Rhodes versus Finn Balor. Cody with a stalling suplex on Finn. Balor tries to break out of it. Cody dumps him on his face as we go to break, which I hate. I hate when we start a main event and then literally go into break moments later. Back from break, Cody has Finn on his shoulders, tries to go for the Alabama slam. Finn counters, goes for the stomp. Cody dodges. Now Finn working on that torn pec. Cody Rhodes doing his best to avoid it. Finn with a running kick to the face of Cody. We got a cover and a kick out. Finn now with the stomps. Cody with a disaster kick. Now running. Tope Suicida takes out Finn Balor. Cody with Irish whip, launching Finn into the ring. Cody takes out Priest over the barricade. Dumps Dom on the announce table. Both men now exchanging shots in the ring. Finn Balor, Cody Rhodes. Cody going for the figure four. Finn launches him outside the ring. Edge and the Glamazon come out of nowhere. They clean house, kick the Judgment Day's ass. Finn with the stomp, waits for Cody to get up. Missile drop kick, goes to the top rope. And a whole bunch of crazy shit was going on. Bottom line is this. Cody hit 3 crossroads and picks up the 1, 2, 3. So Cody is victorious on Raw. Beats Finn Balor. Judgment Day just taking losses left and right tonight. Jay, main event, what'd it do for you?
You put this guy with anybody, you're gonna have a good match. That's what I saw here tonight. It was a good match. The only thing I hate is there was too many commercials. When you plug somebody like this, the golden boy, I'm gonna call him, of WWE, because he's the savior now. You need to have this guy commercial free, period. I don't care if it's in the middle, 9 o'clock hour, 10 o'clock hour, the main event. He needs to be commercial free because he's just that damn good. He showed it tonight. You talked about 3 crossroads. I saw something even more impressive with that. I saw him do a Cody cutter, which he didn't grab the guy, but he just grabbed him with one arm. I thought that was freaking awesome right there. So overall, it was a good match. I just wish it was commercial free, man. I thought it took a lot of joy out of it.
Cody didn't look like he had any ring rust tonight at all. Like he looked really good tonight. I just would have went, like you said, commercial free match would have been nice.
Yes.
Gil, how about you?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it's funny because me and Jay are kind of on point tonight for most of the stuff in the same corner.
Very.
Yeah, but it was great. I mean, like Jay said, you put this guy in the ring with anyone, you get in a good match. The commercials are driving me absolutely fucking insane.
Too much on the match.
The picture-in-picture, when they go to picture-in-picture, it's like, come on, man, come on. Like this, they gotta figure a way to get these commercial spots in a little better.
They're too money hungry. You notice it with the Royal Rumble when you see all these commercials during the Royal Rumble, especially for that waste of a performance that was Vince McMahon's. I don't know what it was. Maybe a step kid, maybe a cousin, distant cousin. Someone got hooked up. That guy sucked. That song sucked. Still mad about that. Anthony, got anything on the main event?
I'm going to agree with Jay and Gilch on this. I thought it was a really great main event. You can't really, Cody Rhodes can't have a bad match, but neither can Finn. Finn is fantastic in the ring.
Finn's probably the best worker they might have.
I would really like to see Finn Balor and Seth Rollins for a Universal title at a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam.
Okay. Maybe one day you might get your wish. Overall tonight, does Raw get a thumbs up from all you guys or no?
I'm more of the I'm more in that area. Yeah, I'm more like Gilch. I'm like, yeah, I'm almost there, but
a little up, but
yeah, I'm like there, but I'm not.
Not getting a thumbs up for me.
Really?
For the Raw after the Rumble, it was whack. Okay? No surprises. No excitement. I didn't care that Cody came out first. At least they didn't put a stupid timer on saying Cody will be here in an hour. That's the only thing that could have made it worse.
Oh, God.
I don't know, man. Just Raw after the Rumble
what it
should
was?
be hype.
You know what it was? The old pay-per-views, like Attitude Era, a little after the Attitude Era, before the brand split, you had one brand, right? So after a pay-per-view, that Monday Night Raw, all the shit that got thrown against the wall the night before is all over the place. You have every rivalry out there. So with the brand split, you weren't, here's the day after the Raw. Is Cody like the number one story, or was it more Sammy and Roman? And, to not, get anything on that just because of the brand split, we got to wait till Friday. So it doesn't have the same impact.
I'm not giving it a thumbs down or anything like that, Gil. It's just,
I got you.
Just not getting a thumbs up from me because, Raw after Rumble should be fire, man.
Remember the old Raws after pay-per-views? Like, oh my God.
You would run home to make sure you made it on time because you didn't want to miss what was going to happen. From the tag team to the European champion to the even lightweight
everything
champion,
mattered at that point.
How many times did the title swap back after a pay-per-view, like the next night? Like Stone Cold Kane. It was great. It was fucking great.
Yeah, but what I loved is like this, like Stone Cold coming out and always talking about having like wanting another title shot against The Rock. It was like that was clear long-term booking right there. That was long-term booking, not this bloodline shit.
But just in general, old school pay-per-views, like there was just always a hype around them because you cared about the storylines. It wasn't just the wrestlers. You cared about the storylines. You cared about the titles. And you wanted to see what's next for this champion or that champion or this champion. And there's not much of that on here. We don't even have that many champions. Roman has 2 of the titles. You have 1 United States champion. And then you have the same tag team have all 4 titles. So it's kind of hard to have any intriguing story.
I think you guys got to realize the bigger picture. And I think everybody in the chat, come on, you guys and everybody in the chat, you can't expect that Sammy and the Bloodline were going to come out tonight. You guys got to know it was
No, Jay, I never did. I was just saying that's like the difference between like the old Raws when there was no like 2 shows every week.
Yeah.
Like after the pay-per-view, that Raw had like fucking everything on it. Excuse me. But now, with the 2 shows, it's not their fault. It just is what it is, the way they have it.
I think we just saw bad booking and returns. And Carmella and Chelsea Green, I thought were 2 of the biggest wastes. I thought Chelsea Green.
I can't wait till I see this guy on Raw.
Phil Insane is in the house, and you better take a good look at this man because this right here is the future of professional wrestling. You want to talk about the X Factor? You want to talk about the It Factor? Phil Insane has it all.
I agree with that commentator. Whoever that commentator was, I agree with him. Phil Insane.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna
has
say
it all.
Can we all give Savage an applause?
Sure, I give myself an applause. Jay's not happy with me. Jay doesn't care.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to understand what Mick wrote here. He said, "What's your worst favorite?" I'm trying to understand what he. All right,
there's no reason for that right now.
Trying to answer the man's question.
No, I'm going to disagree with Savage, though. Not on Raw. This guy's going to be on Dynamite. Feuding with Aleister Black.
Maybe. For what? So he can get buried? I'd rather him go to Raw and take over and be the new face of evil, hopefully.
How does he move? How does he move, Judge? I listened.
He made a mistake.
Phil, stop sign. And Phil reversed it. Wow. Tommy got dropped. Phil Insane still in this. Phil is after going through that table, I don't even know how Phil Insane is still functioning, but he is. This is incredible action that you can only see at Battlefield Pro Wrestling. Crow. What's Crow doing in there with that kendo stick? Get out of there, Crow! Oh my God! He ends up cracking Phil Insane in the head. Tommy Dreamer now with the left hand, the right elbow to the head, has the kendo stick, and Phil Insane. Wow!
Cut! Oh, Phil Insane.
DDT on the stop sign, and this has to be over.
You can you can't really see much of his movement there, but he for his size, he moves incredibly well.
How big is he, Savage?
About same size as me.
Actually. About 6 foot-ish.
Yeah, I mean, look at him here in this video because you know how big I am.
Body's in this truck, and honestly, Tommy, I think you escaped tonight very luckily, and I think
you see right there, I'm actually bigger than him. By this kid's muscle, and he's younger than me. He's still growing.
Oh, this guy. He's young?
Yes. He's young. And he has Alpha's attention. And I think Alpha's gonna, he's the kind of character right now where, and character, anybody will tell you wrestling school, character is usually the hardest thing to learn. Character development, gimmick development. Usually a lot of these kids, they get all the skills in the ring way before they get any of the character skills. Where this guy has all the tools equal at the same place right now, at the beginning of his training, at the beginning of his career, where he has his character, he knew what he wanted to do. He's a real life butcher. In real life, his job
No
is
shit, really.
So
that's cool.
This kid's storyline has a lot of roots to this dark side, this dark place. There's promos of him on the internet holding a decapitated pig head. Okay? Like, real shit. This kid's living his gimmick, and it's organic, and you can feel it when he comes out. And then the actual wrestling itself, he has a very intimidating approach to everything, and he has a great wingman in Crow, man.
He's so good.
They're so good. They really are.
Yeah.
They are already ready for AEW right now, in my opinion, and they're nowhere near it yet because Alpha's gonna, he's gonna make sure that by the time they're ready to go over there, they're gonna be really, 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 really good. But I'm excited, man. Next month show, February 26th, we got Homicide coming down. You got your boy that you've been telling me about forever, Casey Navarro.
Casey Navarro is fighting?
Casey Navarro, yeah, he's gonna be there. We also have a third member of the Bloodline coming down. There's gonna be a 3-way match. Alpha, I believe it's Alpha, Lance, and I think one more.
Jacob
Fatu. Jacob Fatu's coming down. And they're taking on Bull, Vinnie Mac, and someone else from that faction. Vinnie Mac was really good too, by the way. They have a lot of talent right there, man. I was kind of shocked.
They were probably like my favorite faction of the night last night.
And as far as independent shows go, it didn't even feel like an independent show. It felt like you were at an actual wrestling show. They had great sound, microphone worked great, ramp, entrance.
Great commentary team.
And the commentary team set up, table, microphones, the whole deal. A studio in the back to get everything good. And then, of course, let's not forget about the actual quality. Guys, let's take another look at this real quick. Real quick, just look at the quality of the camera.
Snitsky made a mistake going to the fans again, playing all these.
We went to an ECW show that they were doing a pay-per-view. Jay, if you remember, you watched that pay-per-view. So Alpha already has a better cameraman, a better camera than people that are running pay-per-views.
He has a better camera than XPW.
That's true. He's probably got a better camera than a lot of people. And that's why a lot of people are going to be scared of the Battlefield. Battlefield has a lot of big, exciting things coming to you this year. They're going to be bringing talent from all over the country, all over the world. And obviously, Alpha has a lot of friends. And they're going to be visiting throughout the year. And I will be there, Savage. This is a new thing for me because I've never done play-by-play on a wrestling match. That was my first time, Jay, ever actually calling play-by-play for a wrestling show.
Yeah, it was good, but it's like day one, you gotta
work on it.
You gotta know the wrestlers, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know the roster, you gotta know what their moves.
I think considering that I didn't know the whole roster,
exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's not your fault. It was
to me.
You'll get more into it as time goes. So
to me, when I listen to a commentator, I just want to hear if he's got the voice and come on. Fucking Savage, bro. I mean,
anybody could. Yeah, I think anybody could do it, Brandon. You got it. You got it down. You just got to know the wrestlers and the roster. That's going to take time. And once you get that down, forget about it. It's a walk in the park.
And if you try and turn your commentary into a persona on top of it, that'd be pretty cool. So.
Well, that's what I'm working on now over the next month. I'm working on my character development. I'm gonna be more
if you go there, like if the show starts at 7 and you're there at 12, I'll bet you know everybody by the time the show starts.
By the end of the week, I went to college here.
You'll be calling
everybody. I'm gonna know everybody. I've been making friends with everybody on Facebook. I made great contacts yesterday. I have Bull's phone number now. I got a few other guys.
And they watch this show. They hit the like button, so everybody watch the like button. But they hit this show.
No, the trick to this, man, is you gotta build a character that you want to present on TV, man. That's what it is, Jay. You got to build a character.
People don't like it.
The great thing, I think the best part about it, like Alpha said, is that their events are like 5 to 7 on a Sunday, so you could be home a realistic time on a Sunday.
9 o'clock, 9:30. Yeah,
great.
Exactly. You know, what I love about it is the fact that I'm being given the opportunity to even have the seat in the first place, and then this is a great way to get inside the business to guys that are actually doing it, training, working, developing, and then at the same time, I can feed off of all of them to help my commentary get better, Jay, and then my character development. I'll put it like this, Jay. By the end of the year, I'm trying to be Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and Vince McMahon all wrapped up into one classy, sexy package. And you better believe Alpha's not bringing me down there to fuck around. Alpha's paying me the big bucks to get on the commentary table and do a fantastic job. Why else would I go down to Broadheads, Pennsylvania, or whatever the hell it's called? That dump. I ain't going to that dump unless you're paying me, god damn it.
All I say is that anybody could do it, bro, because if anybody puts their mind to it and is focused, they could do anything. So you could do it, bro. Anybody could do it. And I think you're doing a good job. It's your first time. You just got to get more into it. And the more shows you do, by the time you do the 3rd, 4th, 5th, the rest is history, man.
Yeah, Nick, I understand the interview didn't happen. Maybe you didn't notice I was kind of doing live play-by-play yesterday at a wrestling show. I did that stream. You didn't see the 3 hours of wrestling I posted on YouTube?
He wanted to see Phil Cardigan.
Don't worry, Mick. You're going to get Phil Cardigan.
8 years veteran in the game, creative.
We have a lot of interviews coming up here on Wrestling with Savage. We have Bull James coming on for a one-on-one interview. We have Ken Anderson coming on for a one-on-one interview.
Ooh, that's a good one.
We have probably Notorious Mimi, Phil Cardigan.
Oh my God,
we're going to have a Creative Pro show where multiple Creative Pro talents are going to come here to hype up Old Baby. We're going to have Alpha back on the show with Snitsky and Phil Insane and Crow and anybody else who wants to come. Vinny Max. I'm also doing a one-on-one interview with Vinny back at some point this month. I'm also doing a one-on-one interview with who else? Who was that other guy that I was talking to? Oh, I forgot to mention to you guys. I've been DMing with Enzo Amore. So Enzo Amore might be on the show within the next month. We're trying to work on an actual date for a real legitimate one-on-one interview so I can talk to him about why the hell he's not in AEW right now talking trash on the mic. And he's going to tell me the same thing he told me at the Wrestling Universe. He's not the booker. He said, don't talk to me, talk to the booker. So we got to talk to Tony Khan. Why do you think Tony Khan hasn't reached out to Enzo? Enzo obviously can talk. He can wrestle too after all these years.
I think he's a liability, man. No offense to Enzo, but he does have a bad past, and it's been sticking with him even when he invaded that Ring of Honor debacle with the Briscoes. Oh gosh, that was pretty bad.
It doesn't stop him from getting gigs on the Indies, man. They still hire him.
I just think he's a liability, bro. He has a bad rep, man, especially in the back with the boys.
A lot of people have a bad rep, man. I mean, but people also grow and mature and change, man.
He's changing by himself, bro, because of this fucking cockiness thinking he was a shit. No offense. I'm not saying he's that now. I'm just saying that was his rep. So
but for you to come out and cut promos the way he was, you have to think you're the best.
I wouldn't take him. I got 10 people lined up better than him in WWE right now.
That can cut a promo better than him?
Oh, yeah.
Name him.
Fury just did one right now tonight.
Name seven.
Just did one
name
right
seven.
Now. Sami Zayn did one last week.
Name seven.
Going. Even, you know who cuts a good promo too? Jey Uso. Jey Uso cuts good promos. I could keep going, man.
Not better than Enzo, though.
Oh, it passes the pass. No offense to Enzo.
Well, I love Enzo, and I would love to see him on AEW. I think he'd be okay. But there's going to be a lot of cool things coming, man. It just sucks that I'm going to miss the ETU show. I'm going to be there for about an hour and a half tops. I was really looking forward to just chilling there all day.
Yeah, you come with me, please?
Yeah, Jay, there's extra tickets now. Are you coming?
Which one?
The ETU. This one. What's going on, everybody? Let's get right into it. I want to talk to you about all the upcoming events at the Wrestling Universe. They have a show. Yeah, ETU, February 26th, 3 p.m. New Jersey. Richfield,
I
New
thought
Jersey.
it was like this week. I was like, yeah, that's impossible.
Yo, if Jay comes with you, you guys can hold the table down, man.
I'm sure we'll know.
You can still watch the show because the show's going to be next to the tables. The ring is not, it's all in one same room. So like, you know, you could leave the table there with the sign and the flyers.
What about you, Ant? You going?
What?
It's going with Savage, I think, right?
Yeah.
No, he's coming with me, man. I'm Savage, and that's Savage's photographer. He wants to actually get in on the action now. You know what he's telling me last night on the way home? He's like, I want to be part of the act. I want to do something with these guys.
So they need photographer there as well. Like,
yes,
they were talking to you. They were like, "Yo, here."
He is now one of the official photographers for Battlefield Pro Wrestling.
Round of applause.
Round of applause for
Put the sound. Put the sound.
You did a good job. You want to put the sound? All right, I can do
Yeah,
that.
put the sound, man.
All right, man. Yeah. I'll put it. God damn it. Yeah, we'll do a lot for that too, right? You have to. There you go. Anthony loves wrestling. Yes.
Awesome.
So yeah, he got that gig.
Sure, man.
I got my gig.
Damn, we spoke about that Saturday. You're like, "Yo, should I go?" I was like, "Hell yeah, that's an opportunity, man."
He almost canceled yesterday.
You gotta go.
Yeah, I was so tired. I got up in the morning.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna text Anthony and be like, "Yeah, I'm not going."
You woke up, you're like, "Yo, man, I'm so tired."
I was dead.
I was like, I'm wide awake.
I can't even tell you what happened to me after you left on Saturday. Can't even say it. I can say it after the show ends if you guys want to stick around. I'll tell you. Good God. Good job.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy what you told me.
God. But yeah, anyway, guys, let's get the fuck out of here. That's my one F-bomb for the night. Maybe my second. We're going to try to stop the cursing here on Wrestling with Savage because I got to get used to not cursing on the commentary table, and in general, cursing less would help and be beneficial considering my kid will be 2 years old in July.
Question before you go. I've been listening to ISPW, everything. Like, they curse, so you're not allowed to curse in this promotion, or is it just
no, they didn't really say anything that I can't do this or I can't do that. It's just I don't want to. I don't want to drive. There's certain words that are okay.
You know what it was, Jay? Google reached out. Yeah, Google reached out. They want to sponsor our show, so we can't curse as much.
Well, for the YouTube, this show, no.
Tonight. It's a big improvement.
For the YouTube, it's because according to some research, and even Tony said it, I didn't believe him. I went and did some research. Apparently, if you curse a lot in the show, you get lowered in the algorithm or something like that. They won't really share you to too many people if you curse a lot.
Shout out to Tantalizing Tony. Yes, that was me asking questions about Karrion Kross being buried.
Yeah, ETU is going to be a great show, and we all had front row seats, and I was supposed to be there all day, but an opportunity came up that I did not expect, and good thing going forward, we don't have anything else planned on the last Sundays of any other months that I know of.
Chop City, you be there?
Chop City's probably going to be there. Tony said he's coming to the next the next Pennsylvania show.
Mix
it going to Baltimore, I think he's going to Baltimore this week. Like an autograph.
I don't know, man.
We were saying that earlier.
We're getting a lot of cool stuff happening this year. We're going to be all over the place. We're just getting started. We're going to be doing a lot of different things. We're going to be doing signings, vendors, trying to promote. I think we're even trying to sponsor Creative Pro if they ever answer their messages.
They're probably busy, bro.
They don't want the hand's money. The hand is the king of the treasury.
Or they're busy.
You have a good treasure. Good treasure chest.
Are we going to Outlaw next Thursday?
Yeah. It's next Thursday?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Creative Pro, right?
That's when we take an Alpha, right?
Outlaw Wrestling at Queen's Brewery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's when we're taking Alpha for dinner.
Queen's Brewery, right near Hood, no?
I think that is
Where is that, Joe? Queen's Brewery.
No, that's in Ridgewood, no?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not.
Nah, that's not your hood, Jay. Trust me. It's not.
Take a cab, bro.
He can take a cab to go there, but he won't come down to Creative Pro.
Tell you what,
Yeah,
guys.
I go to your house.
Spanish announce team versus Bull James and ex-Bear Country. That's a good match.
That's going to be a good match. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. That one's going to be fun. But I'm even looking more forward to sitting down with Alpha, breaking some bread, man, and talking some Battlefield and a lot of things. I was talking with him all day today. He set up a new chat for the official commentary team. So
cool, man.
It's looking good, man.
It looks like they need like more people for like certain departments there.
He's trying to fill voids in certain spots, man. I got the gig because the guy liked the sound of my voice.
Oh yeah.
So that was that. Anyway, this has been Monday Night Raw. We'll be back tomorrow for NXT. You guys stick around and I'll tell you that story.
Gilch may join us tomorrow. Gilch may join us tomorrow for NXT.
I'll believe it when I see it. I still haven't seen him on NXT in like over 5 months.
He's playing us.
He said last week he was going to watch NXT. He never came on the show.
I know Mick will be here Tuesday, so I'll see you Tuesday, Mick.
Mick is always here. Shout out to Mick, Chop City, Steven Chambers, and everybody else who dropped by. Say what's up. We appreciate you. I don't know who put this message. I'm getting hacked again, I guess. I don't know. I don't care. See you guys all next week.
What are you yelling?
I'm excited. Nice step.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Roger, you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.